So today's video is all about this first new to me brand for 2026. It is a Galison. It is called Spring on Park Avenue and it is by Michael Storrings. So I've got once again a whole lot to talk to you about the artist, the art style, the brand, my process assembling this puzzle. So it is a jam-packed video. So if it gets a little bit crazy, just bear with me. I will keep it as structured as possible. Okay, so this is a Galison, 1,000 pieces. It's called Spring on Park Avenue by Michael Storrings. It's 1,000 pieces. And on first glance, I love the size of the box. I've got a 500 piece as well. And even the 500 piece, it's very small. So for storage, this is absolutely fantastic. I love it. What I do not love so much about the packaging is the fact that the lid does not go all the way down on the bottom of the puzzle. So there is this gap. Again, it's beautiful if you look at it, the bottom color that sticks out, but for, for me, it kind of doesn't look like it's properly closed. So the whole time I just want to press it down and close it properly. But other than that, I love the finish of the box. It's a matte finish. So other than that little gappy there, I absolutely love everything about the box. The pieces for both the 1,000 piece and the 500 piece, we've got a relatively standard thickness puzzle piece. We've got a white backing, and I do know that there is mixed reviews about the white backing, as you can probably see on this one. They get damaged quite easily and they stick to each other, and so not everybody likes this. I haven't had a problem with the white backings in the past. Not that I've done a lot of puzzles with the white backings, but I will see how this one goes. What I do see is it appears that the 1,000 piece only got the 2 innies and 2 outies piece shapes. I don't really see a variety of piece shapes among these, which might be a problem if for false fits, if the prongs are not different enough, but it seems like the prongs has got some variety in it, so I guess false fits won't be too much of a problem, so we will see when we get to that. We've got a slight glossy finish on it, not as glossy as some other brands that I've done in the past, but it's not totally matte on the pieces, not for the 500 piece or the 1,000 piece puzzle. So we'll see how that will affect the puzzle experience. For today, I will be doing the 1,000 piece puzzle. I only took that one out to compare it. So other than the difference in piece cut, there isn't much of a difference. Obviously, the 500 piece got bigger pieces compared to the 1,000 piece. But yeah, my strategy going into this, since I am back at my big white table, I am going to flip all the pieces, take out the edge pieces and try to start with the edge. And then now that I look at this, I see there is a poster included. The poster is even smaller than the box, so it kind of begs the question why. But okay, there is a poster should you be 2 people completing this puzzle. The front of the box has got the complete image except for this sticker on here. And what's great is this is a loose sticker. If you take a hot gun, a hair dryer or something, you probably could take this off without damaging the box and have the whole image available to you to work from the box. I will be working from the box for this one, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I would like to touch on Michael Storrings as an artist and tell you a bit more about him. So Michael Storrings is an award-winning American artist, illustrator, designer, author, and art director based in New York City. He's best known for creating vibrant artwork that captures the spirit of seasons, cities, holidays, and special moments around the world through color, energy, and motion. His art often features cityscapes, seasonal scenes, and cultural highlights from places like New York, Paris, London, Cuba, and more, full of detail, lively activity, and bright colors. Whether on puzzles, ornaments, stationery, prints, or home decor, his work has a whimsical yet immersive quality that invites viewers to the setting he depicts. So Michael Storrings serves as an executive director for St. Martin's Press, where he designs book covers and works on visual projects for many prominent authors. He has received professional recognition and awards from significant institutions such as the American Institute of Graphic Arts, Print Magazine, and the Circle Foundation for the Arts. Michael Storrings is also a published author and illustrator. His books often pair charming scenes with narrative or thematic elements, especially around festive subjects like New York City at Christmas. Many of Michael Storrings' artwork appear on jigsaw puzzles, especially through the brand Galison. These puzzles range from 500 to 2,000 pieces and depict scenes like Paris, New York City, London, and seasonal favorites. His artwork can also be found on items such as ornaments, stationery, calendars, home decor, and gifts available at major retailers worldwide. So the medium that Michael Storrings used for his artwork is not the typical oils and acrylic that we are used to for the most artists. So Michael Storrings primarily worked in watercolor paint for his original illustrations. He starts with pencil sketches on hot pressed watercolor paper, ink the drawing, and then paint with watercolor. His watercolor approach is part of what gives his scenes their bright, fluid colors and lively, expressive detail. Beyond watercolor, Michael Storrings incorporates a couple of additional media to his artwork. One of them is ink. He inks his pencil drawings before he applies paint, and then water solute crayons. These are sometimes combined with watercolor to enrich texture and color. After the physical painting is completed, Michael Storrings typically scans the watercolor illustration into a computer and may make adjustments in Adobe Photoshop for licensing, reproduction, or product applications. As many of you may know, I am a fan of art puzzles in general, especially the fine arts. And I'm personally must say that the watercolor for me puzzled a little bit more difficult than a oil painting would. And I think it just comes by the brush strokes. For me, it feels like there is more brush strokes visible that helps you in placing the pieces. Whereas with the watercolor, there's no way to determine in which direction a piece lies. There's not that brush strokes that really help you to determine, okay, this way or that way. So when it comes to this specific puzzle, the top part of this puzzle came together very nicely. Each of the buildings was different enough in color and texture and the detail that was on them that I had a blast with the top part of the puzzle. And then from there, I moved down to the bottom part of the puzzle. And again, there was enough differences with the people and the plants and the cars to not struggle too much. But I must say, this section in the middle with all this colorful, I assume it will be flowers. That part was a little bit more tricky for me because all the pieces look the same. I was more or less able to determine in which direction the piece would lie, either from left to right or top to bottom. But other than that, everything looked the same. So I spent way more time at the center section than I would have liked to. But again, as with most art puzzles, the end results were worth every single minute I spent on this puzzle. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yes, I would do another of his puzzles any time of the day. And now that I've completed a big section of the puzzle, I've got a better idea of the cut and the fit and everything surrounding that. And I must say, the fact that there is only two innies and two outies in this puzzle didn't bother me for this one because there was zero false fits. even with this section in the middle where everything looked the same, I didn't get a single false fit. So 2 innies, 2 outies in this specific case did not bother me. It was a breeze to assemble this puzzle with that regard. It is a relatively tight fit, and I was able to move bigger sections, so that was nice. But I did come across a couple of damaged pieces, and I believe it is because of the tighter fit of the puzzle. This is a second-hand puzzle, so please keep that in mind. But I believe the previous owner, or one of the previous owners, I'm not sure if I'm the second or the third person down the line that assembles this puzzle, but I assume somewhere down the line somebody just fold this up and put it back in the box and didn't take the time to take apart the pieces more gently, and that's why I got the damaged pieces. I had to glue at least 3 to 4 knobs. I'm not sure if it was 3 or 4, but there was at least 3 that I had to glue. And then there is also, and I will try to insert the back of the puzzle so you can see, there was also what I call the shoulder part of the pieces that got damaged. And all of that, I believe, would be because of the tighter fit. So, in that regard, we get back to the white backing. Is that something that would still happen if the backing was a plain cardboard and did not have the white? So maybe we would have a looser fit, but we wouldn't have the damaged pieces. So that is something that I believe Galison can look into to do away with the white backing. Personally, I would prefer a looser fit without damage to the pieces. I know some people don't like a loose fit at all, and in that case, this is a perfect puzzle for you. But I believe because of the way the piece is damaged so easily, this is one of those where you will have to take time to disassemble this puzzle and take it apart, basically piece by piece. So the two main things that I did not appreciate too much about this puzzle is the box, the fact that the lid didn't fit all the way down on the bottom part of the box. Personally, I don't know why. My brain doesn't want to get around that little gappy there. And the fact that the piece is damaged quite easily. If I look past those two things, I enjoyed the puzzle. The image quality is gorgeous. What you see on the box is exactly what you get on the puzzle. Like I said, the fit is tight enough that you can move sections around, so there wasn't a problem. No false fits. So, all in all, I enjoyed it. It was a lovely experience. I loved the art, even though it was a bit more tricky than an illustration would have been. But you know me, I don't mind spending extra time on especially art puzzles. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge in a puzzle. So this one was really up my alley. I enjoyed it tremendously. And yes, I will be looking out for more Galison puzzles. The images are really beautiful, and it appears that they work with artists. And then I can't remember ever seeing a puzzle of theirs with an AI image. And on that note, a friend of the channel, Vicky from Puzzles and Purrs, recently added 10 new Galison puzzles and mud puppies, which is under the same umbrella of Galison, to her collection. And I'm going to try and link the video either in here somewhere or in the description. So you go check it out. There is 10 absolutely cute, gorgeous images. And if there's not a single one that you like, I would be so surprised. So check out her channel for more examples of the puzzles that Galison produces. And yeah, like I said, I think Michael Storrings mostly work with Galison because all the puzzles I've seen by him was on a Galison. So not only will I look out for more Michael Storrings puzzles, I will also be looking out for more Galison puzzles. So, in a nutshell, with some minor tweaks, this could be an absolute great puzzle brand. With that taken into consideration, I did enjoy it. I will be looking out for more. My only advice would just be if you buy a new one, reduce the risk of damage to the pieces by just taking your time to disassemble this puzzle. Even if you have to take them apart one by one in front of the TV or while listening to a podcast or something. But in general, yes, I enjoyed it, especially the artwork. Michael Storrings would love more of his puzzles, and I've seen so many that I just wish I could add to my collection. For you, I would just like to say thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.